What if I told you that the most feared being in the galaxy was hiding in plain sight? A human nobody dared to notice, until the moment he decided the entire alien empire would kneel before him. By the end of the story, you'll witness how one underestimated human shattered a civilization that thought it ruled the stars. The galaxy had long whispered tales of the alien princess Velisera, her beauty unmatched, her mind as sharp as the blades she wielded, and her empire feared across light years. Planets fell into submission at her command. Systems that resisted were erased without mercy. Yet, among the chaos she commanded, a single thought never left her mind. Humans are insignificant. They cannot survive in the stars. On a distant, dying planet, humanity lingered in silence. Wars had hollowed cities. Famine had scarred the lands. And yet one man walked unnoticed. His name? Caius. To everyone else, he was ordinary, just another survivor. But in the shadow of the alien armada, his presence would ignite a storm that would shake empires. That morning, Velisera's ship descended upon the orbit of Earth's last human settlement. The skies burned with warships, casting shadows across ruined metropolises. Her advisors whispered of the humans' weaknesses, laughing at the so-called primitive species. They'll beg for mercy within hours, they said. But Caius didn't flinch. While the rest of humanity panicked, he walked calmly through the deserted streets, his eyes scanning, calculating, observing. Every brick, every ruin, every silent cry of the planet whispered a secret to him that no alien had understood. Humans survive when they are underestimated. Velisera watched him from her observation deck, her curiosity tinged with disdain. There was something different about him, something unsettling. Yet she could not place it, and she hated not knowing. Her advisors approached, concern etched on their faces. Your Highness, he's just one man. He cannot possibly resist. Shall we commence the eradication? Velisera's violet eyes narrowed. Watch him, she said. I want to see how long he survives. And so began the silent game between predator and prey, though neither fully realized who held the advantage. Every movement, every decision, every second carried weight in a dance of fate that would determine the future of the galaxy. As the hours passed, Caius began to set his plans in motion. He did not wield the enormous fleets of Velisera's empire. He did not need to. Every human who had survived, every hidden weapon, every secret knowledge accumulated over centuries, became a single, precise weapon under his command. Meanwhile, Velisera's arrogance grew. She could not fathom a human who moved with such confidence, a being so calm amidst the chaos that would crush entire species. Her pride blinded her, yet her curiosity anchored her attention entirely on this one man. What could he possibly be hiding? She whispered to herself, a rare hint of doubt threading through her usual certainty. By nightfall, the settlement was quiet, yet a storm was brewing. One that would not just test human resilience, but redefine it entirely. Caius' first moves were deliberate, calculated, leaving traces that would confuse, distract, and demoralize the alien invaders. By the time they realized what was happening, it would be too late. And so, the stage was set. The galaxy's most feared princess had unknowingly stepped into a game where the rules had been written by a human who no one believed could play, let alone win. Hours had passed since the alien fleet had descended, yet the one human they thought insignificant moved as if he belonged to the stars themselves. Velisera watched with growing unease, a feeling she had never allowed herself. Something about him was different. Caius moved through the shadows, each step deliberate, each breath measured. Unlike the panicked humans hiding in cellars or behind crumbling walls, he carried himself with an almost preternatural calm. Every observation, every movement was part of a plan that only he fully understood. The alien drones scouted the area, their mechanical eyes scanning the ruins. Each one that passed near him detected nothing unusual, yet Caius was already anticipating their path, subtly redirecting debris, and using the environment to create traps they would never notice until it was too late. On her observation deck, Velisera's violet eyes narrowed. She leaned over the railing, whispering under her breath, How can he be so calm? Her advisors frowned, uneasy at her fascination. Your Highness, it is just a human. They are weak. They cannot survive more than a few minutes under our watch. Velisera's hand clenched around the railing. Do not underestimate him, she said softly. I will see this through with my own eyes. In the streets below, Caius began his first calculated move. He activated devices hidden within the ruins, tools of human ingenuity long forgotten by the galaxy's dominant empires. Small explosions here, sudden collapses there. Nothing lethal yet, but enough to disorient the alien scouts and slow their advance that he was not fighting yet. He was teaching, guiding, testing. Every alien drone that moved past him became a lesson in patience and strategy, a piece of a larger puzzle that even the most powerful beings of the galaxy could not see. Velisera's pride twisted as she observed the subtle chaos spreading across the settlement. No human should have this control. No human should move with such precision, she muttered. But her curiosity anchored her gaze, refusing to look away. Hours turned into the first night. As the twin moons of the planet rose above the horizon, Caius ascended a ruined tower, surveying the alien ships above. He finally allowed a faint smile, one that held neither fear nor arrogance, only certainty. For in that certainty, he knew the truth. The aliens had never faced a human like him. Every skill honed, every hidden weapon, every clever trap, all were now part of the groundwork that would soon unravel Velisera's arrogance completely. Meanwhile, Velisera sent her elite squadron to investigate. A group of armored warriors, the best her empire had to offer, descended upon the settlement with precision and speed. They expected resistance, yes, but not like this. Caius watched them approach. He did not run, he did not hide. He allowed them to enter the city's main square, then activated hidden mechanisms that sent the streets twisting, opening chasms, and collapsing walls. The alien squadron faltered. Confusion spread like wildfire. Velisera's voice crackled through comms, sharp and commanding. Do not engage recklessly. He is just one human. Observe and report. But even as she said it, the first signs of doubt had already begun to gnaw at her. The precision, the foresight, it was not human. Not in the way she understood humans. Caius moved silently among the chaos, orchestrating every step. It was not violence he sought yet, only control. Every move planted fear and uncertainty in the hearts of the alien invaders. And in that fear, the seeds of the Empire's eventual downfall had begun to take root. By dawn, the first part of his plan had succeeded. Alien scouts were disoriented, minor units trapped, and Velisera's confidence began to waver. She could feel it. This human was not like the rest. By the third day, the human who had moved silently through ruins and shadows had begun to rewrite the rules of the battlefield. Velisera, who had once mocked him as insignificant, could no longer ignore the undeniable truth. He was more than a survivor. He was a force she could not predict. Caius had spent the night studying the alien forces, understanding the patterns, memorizing the hierarchy of their units. His calm presence radiated confidence, yet every fiber of him was alert. Every shadow, every crack in the wall, every drone above was part of his awareness. As the sun rose over the shattered city, the alien princess prepared her emissaries for a direct confrontation. Velisera demanded answers. Who was this human, and why had he made her empire hesitate? Her pride would not allow her to simply watch him. Caius, meanwhile, moved with purpose. He had not revealed his full strength. Every trap set, every minor disruption orchestrated, was only a hint of what he could truly do. The aliens were misled, thinking they could predict his moves. They could not. The first encounter was inevitable. Elite alien warriors descended upon the central plaza, weapons gleaming and armored suits reflecting the rising sun. Caius stepped forward calmly, the ruins around him casting long shadows. He did not run, he did not hide. Velisera watched from above, her violet eyes narrowing. Now you will see, Caius, she whispered. You cannot outmaneuver an empire. But the human did not flinch. Every movement was precise, calculated, and terrifying in its simplicity. Traps that seemed invisible suddenly shifted the battlefield. Walls collapsed, streets shifted, and alien units found themselves isolated and confused. Panic spread among the ranks that had once considered him insignificant. As the battle unfolded, whispers reached Velisera. "Highness, he is controlling them. How?" Her own advisors were stunned. The arrogance she had relied upon to feel superior was beginning to crumble. Caius' calm demeanor belied the storm he was unleashing. Each step, each action was part of a plan that no alien mind could decipher fully. Humans had survived for centuries under the oppression of empires. Their resilience, their unpredictability, and their ingenuity were weapons all their own, and Caius wielded them perfectly. By the end of the morning, alien casualties were minimal, yet the psychological impact was profound. Fear, doubt, and confusion had spread through Velisera's forces. She, too, felt it, a creeping sense of unease that she had never encountered before. For the first time in her life, the alien princess who had commanded entire fleets, who had crushed planets, felt unsure. Caius watched from the shadows, his expression unreadable, yet satisfaction gleamed faintly in his eyes. He had not yet revealed his true power, but the first cracks in the Empire's confidence had begun to show. By the fourth day, the city trembled not from the might of alien ships alone, but from the silent storm orchestrating every shadow, every ruin, and every heartbeat of the human survivors. Velisera, who had once laughed at the human race, now felt the first threads of fear tightening around her empire. Caius had spent countless hours observing, calculating, and predicting. Every alien patrol, every armored unit, every scout ship above had moved according to patterns only he fully understood. And now it was time to escalate. He did not rush blindly into combat. Instead, Caius deployed traps with surgical precision. Entire sections of ruined streets shifted under hidden mechanisms, cutting off alien reinforcements before they could respond. His movements were fluid, almost imperceptible, yet every gesture reshaped the battlefield. Velisera's advisors were frantic. "Highness, we cannot anticipate his strategy. He moves like a phantom." Velisera's violet eyes blazed, though beneath the arrogance was an unfamiliar tension. "He is human. He cannot match the Empire." Yet, her voice trailed, tinged with disbelief. As dawn broke, Caius finally stepped into the open. The alien princess descended her elite squadron into the city square, weapons ready. It was the moment of confrontation. The humans hidden in the shadows now watched with awe and hope. The quiet human they had overlooked was about to lead them in a way no one could have imagined. The first clash was swift. Alien units moved to surround him, but Caius anticipated every move. He didn't fight with brute force, not yet. He fought with mind, strategy, and the knowledge of human resilience, turning alien precision against itself. Walls collapsed strategically, drones malfunctioned, and elite squads were forced to retreat, dazed and confused. Velisera's anger flared. "Stop underestimating him," she commanded, but every order seemed futile. Even her finest warriors faltered, and doubt crept into her mind. Caius knew the real power had not yet been revealed. Every minor victory was a message. Humans are not to be underestimated. He moved with silent authority, turning ruins into instruments of strategy. Every shadow a tool, every trapped street a warning. The citizens who had survived decades under alien oppression began to emerge, emboldened by his calm leadership. The whispered rumors of a human war genius now carried weight in reality. Even Velisera could feel it. One man, one human, controlling events in ways no alien could predict. As night fell, Velisera realized the full scale of what she had dismissed as insignificant. The human had become the fulcrum of the battle, a force she could neither fully comprehend nor anticipate. "He is no ordinary man. He is the storm we never saw coming," she whispered. The city lay in tense silence. The next day would decide not just the fate of the human settlement, but perhaps the first cracks in the foundation of her empire. And Caius' ultimate move was still a secret, one that could change everything in the galaxy. The final day had arrived. Velisera, the Empire's most feared princess, stood above the ruins, her pride now shadowed by unease. And in the streets below, the human who had moved like a phantom, orchestrating chaos and survival alike, prepared to reveal the power no one dared imagine. Caius stepped forward, his eyes scanning the alien fleet above. Every trap, every misdirection, every strategy he had set in motion was ready to converge into a single, decisive moment. The humans who had survived under oppression now watched, hearts pounding, knowing this day could change everything. Velisera's elite forces advanced, confident in their armor, their weapons gleaming, their numbers overwhelming. Yet every move they made seemed anticipated. Walls fell where they should not, streets twisted like living mazes, and the shadows themselves became allies for the human they had ignored. "Show yourself," Velisera commanded, her voice sharp and piercing through the comms. "If you are truly as powerful as they whisper, face me." Caius did not answer immediately. Calm and measured, he allowed her forces to draw closer, their arrogance feeding the storm he was about to unleash. Then, in a single, deliberate motion, he revealed his power. Not just skill or intellect, but a combination of human ingenuity, hidden technologies, and sheer tactical brilliance that no alien had ever imagined. The city seemed to bend around him. Streets shifted, alien drones faltered, and the elite warriors fell into confusion and fear. Velisera's eyes widened in disbelief. Impossible, no human. She had underestimated him, as all the galaxy had, and now she realized the magnitude of her mistake. Caius moved like a shadow made flesh, each step precise, each action reshaping the battlefield. The humans now joined in, emboldened by his calm command. Even the smallest survivors found courage, acting as part of a plan that no alien could anticipate. The climax was not just battle, it was strategy, intelligence, and the raw resilience of humanity. Velisera tried to rally her forces, but hesitation and doubt had crept into the hearts of even her best warriors. One by one, her plans unraveled. And then, the final confrontation. Caius stood before her, calm, collected, and in total control. Velisera, the Empire's greatest pride, faced a truth she could no longer deny. One human had turned the unstoppable Empire into uncertainty. "You thought us weak," Caius said quietly, almost softly. "But humans survive, adapt, and overcome. And today, we rise." With that, the Empire's forces faltered completely. The alien princess realized her arrogance had blinded her to the one variable she had never understood: human ingenuity and resilience. The city was quiet now. The humans had survived, victorious not through sheer firepower, but through intelligence, strategy, and unity. Caius looked at the horizon, knowing this was just the beginning. A human underestimated, a galaxy awakened, and a lesson that even the greatest powers must never forget. Velisera, humbled yet alive, understood something she had never known. Fear is not born from strength alone, but from the courage to defy expectations. And in that moment, she knew the galaxy had changed forever. The human empire may have been small, but its heart, its mind, and its resolve were enough to challenge the stars themselves. The story ended not with a whisper, but with the roar of what humanity could achieve when underestimated. And the legend of Caius would echo across planets and generations, a reminder to all that no one should ever doubt the human spirit.